I'm livid. I'm so angry right now, and I've tried to record this video and the intro multiple times, but I cannot stop myself from just inevitably building up to a crescendo where I am yelling my head off talking about the referees. The Vancouver Canucks got absolutely robbed in a game versus the New York Rangers where they were the better team. New York, I'm sorry, I make videos about your team sometimes. I like your young guys, I like your prospects, I like your story, it's great. But you did not deserve to win this game, and I don't want you to argue with me. Don't go in the comments saying, oh, but Pettersson tripped a guy as well in overtime. Pettersson not drawing the tripping call on Kreider. That's just karma, man. That's karma. And the Canucks didn't play that great of a game. It shouldn't have gone to overtime. Nah, shut your mouth, buddy. Igor's the only reason this game got to overtime, and you know it. The refs were doing everything they can to help y'all out. And you know what? Don't get pissed off at me for going out there and expressing my frustrations over a microphone in the way that I am. Just revel in the 2 points that you got because you won a game. Great. You beat a Vancouver Canucks team that stomped yesterday against a St. Louis Blues team with a 5-0 shutout. You beat that team on a back-to-back, the second half of a back-to-back, and you couldn't even get it done in regulation, even with all the power plays and all the refs' help, huh? Took you 2 5-on-3 penalties to get 2 goals. You couldn't even get that done in any regular power play situation, nor even strength, and it takes a BS non-call in overtime for you to get the overtime winner. Yeah, I get it, Zibanejad scored off of a 5-on-4, but that was off of the tail of the 5-on-3. That was after all the momentum and all the BS that was going on there. Took you so much power play time to be able to convert on those chances, huh? So I would appreciate it if y'all just let me rant and be weird and be vulnerable in peace. Because at the end of the day, I understand that a lot of Rangers fan-based communities, y'all know who I am. I make videos about your team sometimes. I get a lot of Rangers fans in the comment section. Y'all appreciate the content, which I appreciate as well. I'm very happy with the fan support I've gotten from the Rangers fan base. But darn it, just think of this video as entertainment value. Your team beat my team. I'm pissed off about it. Let me rant, okay? But god damn it, this is so weird. I've never been this upset at a Canucks loss in years. And you know why? Because this team showed off to us yesterday. They've shown off to us the entire year that they can actually play. They are a gamer team. They're going out there and squeaking through tight games and tight situations. Igor Shesterkin, bro, like, hats off to that guy. He's gonna get that Broadway hat because he ends up stealing the game multiple times for the Rangers. And you could hear it in my voice. I just spent the last, 10 whatever minutes yelling my head off because that non-call just got me so upset. And I think a lot of Canucks fans are on that same wavelength. Maybe not in the same capacity as I was, yelling my head off, whatever. I kind of talk for a living, so I'm a very expressive person, but yeah, the Rangers defeat Vancouver in overtime. The final score is 4-3. Vancouver had multiple chances to end things off in overtime. Igor made multiple saves to keep the Rangers in it. And the one legitimate chance the Rangers end up getting is because Elias Pettersson gets full on, no discussion about it, no discretion, tripped by Chris Kreider, only for there to be a non-call. Kreider comes down on the 3-on-1 rush. He does a cross-crease pass to K-Andre Miller on the right side, who hammers it by Casey DeSmith. I'm gonna go out there and say DeSmith had a pretty okay game. The 2 goals that he allowed, doesn't matter. 5-on-3 power plays. You can't go out there and rely on your goaltender to stop an Artemi Panarin just laser wrist shot that gets by everybody when it's a 5-on-3. You can't expect him to stop an Adam Fox backdoor tap in where he wedges the puck in after a long drive from the point. Casey DeSmith was fine. The Vancouver Canucks, though, you know what, those penalties, I'm going to say this, even though the referees definitely gave the Rangers the edge in the power plays, I will say a lot of these are not that bad, at least on the referees, because, look, Filip Hronek, shorthanded, already tossing the puck over the glass. You can't do that, buddy. I get it, it's a mistake, but you can't do that. Canucks get a penalty, too many men after killing off the first half of a double minor? No, you can't do that. Phil DiGiuseppe high-sticking Zibanejad and cutting him open in the face, double minor. You can't do that. These penalties were fully preventable, but the refs still, look, the Canucks got their own power plays, right? Canucks could not capitalize on those. They capitalized on one, but the rest of them they could not. I think at the end of the day, how I'm feeling about this game and this situation is I'm just very proud about this team. The Vancouver Canucks coming in on a back-to-back situation against a Rangers team that hasn't been scored on in like however many minutes that shutout streak was going on for. The Rangers have been all right this season. Very, very solid defensively. And this game was really tight. Both Vancouver and New York stepped up with their A defensive game. And the Canucks, man, they did not play like a team that's playing the second half of a back-to-back. They looked very solid. They were defensively sound. They stuck in it. Sure, you want to see more discipline out of these guys. But at the end of the day, you know, when the game ends off in the way that it did, where Vancouver in overtime is getting so many brilliant opportunities, Connor Garland is stealing the puck like crazy, Andrei Kuzmenko is getting robbed multiple times by Shesterkin on fancy dangles and breakaways, Elias Pettersson is dangling himself, and he gets tripped up only for that play to lead to the game-winning goal for the other team. You can't really blame Canucks fans for being upset about this one, but you know what? Let's talk about some of the good. Let's talk about the Canucks goals. I already briefly went over the New York goals, but Vancouver did have some pretty nice showcases here too. The first goal of the game, of course, we had talked about it, scored by Panarin, 5-on-3 power play. What are you going to do about it? He gets it by everybody. Second goal of the game, JT Miller, power play for the Canucks. Now, the Canucks did not convert on their power plays, but Miller gets the only one for Vancouver here. As Pettersson goes over to Hronek, he takes the long shot and it's tipped in by JT on the side of the goal. 1-1 is the score at the end of the second period. This was a tight game. Not too many goals were scored. Not too many shots were even taken, but there was a lot of zone time, a lot of cycling, and a lot of great interceptions by both teams. Very, very tight game as we discussed. However, the third period starts out with a very good move by Tyler Myers whilst the Canucks are on that 5-on-4 double minor for Phil DiGiuseppe. Myers steals the puck from the Rangers and sends it down. Guess what? The Rangers, they take it back. They're trying to go back up that left wing, and Myers steals it again. This time forcing an odd man rush the opposite way whilst shorthanded. He's got the winger on the left side, and instead of passing it to Lafferty, he takes the shot himself. He walks right in and snipes it on Igor Shesterkin, making the game 2-1 Vancouver. Now, the Canucks kill off the first half of the 4-minute 5-on-4, but then you get yourselves the penalty, too many men. The Canucks go to the box once more, and that's where the Rangers come back. Yay! Adam Fox gets a 5-on-3 goal, 2 5-on-3 goals for the New York Rangers, and this feels so amazing. Wow, that's so good. And then Mika Zibanejad scores a little bit afterwards. Wow, they're so amazing. But the Canucks end up battling back. They get a power play of their own. They don't convert. But after this power play ends off, it's the second unit that's still out there. Bavilla goes over to Hronek. Hronek over to Soucy, who has some space, so he comes right in with a bomb of a slap shot, and he gets it by everybody. Ties the game up 3-3 with 4 minutes to go in the third period. And Vancouver has life. This building has life. The team has life. They have so much momentum on their side after battling the odds, overcoming the adversity, 5-on-3 penalties, and they come out of this tied. And then overtime starts. And as we had talked about, the Canucks were the better team in overtime. The Canucks were the better team in this game. And they had so many chances that were robbed by Igor Shesterkin. I'm going to go out there and say that the better saves were made by Igor in this one. I feel like Casey DeSmith was all right. He was as good as he needed to be, reasonably speaking. But in overtime, Chris Kreider, dude. Like, I'm a Habs fan. They're my second favorite team, so Kreider already had some sort of a red flag in my mind's eye. But he trips Pettersson as Pettersson's trying to walk in with a through-the-legs dangle. No call. Rangers get a 3-on-1. And, yeah, Kreider to Key. He scores. Now, the thing is, with this game and how tight it was, honestly, either team could have won this. Like, you play this game in a simulation 1,000 times, it's not really, like, definitively Vancouver's game that they won. Like, the Rangers could have easily won this game normally. but instead they win off of a really BS turn of momentum in overtime after they were the worst team in overtime by far. They didn't have as many chances on DeSmith as the Canucks had on Shesterkin. They got bailed out by their goalie, and the Canucks end up losing. They get a point, though, which is good at least, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I need to go rest my voice. I gotta record videos for tomorrow. I can't be going out there sounding like this, angry and ranting away at the Rangers and the referees, but thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks versus New York. I hope you enjoyed this video. 99, and bye.